Hey guys, so I'm back today with another video. I'm doing a voiceover for this because I recorded it in stages, and obviously having a house full, I thought it'd be too annoying to have everyone talking while I'm trying to film a tutorial. So I thought I'd come upstairs and do the voiceover now. So I just wanted to show you that I use cereal boxes as my chipboard. I layered them up, which you'll see in a bit, or frozen pizza boxes. So right, I've got my pieces, and this is what I want to show you. See, I layer them up. So I've got 3 pieces for the cover and 3 pieces for the spine, just to make sure it has that thickness. So they measure, the chipboard measures 4 inches across by 6 inches down, and I've got 3 of them. So this is if you're using cereal boxes. If you're using chipboard, just 4 by 6. And then for the spine is 1.5 inches by 6 inches. So I might speed this next bit up just because obviously I'm showing you, I thought I'd show you everything, like, you know, because some people like to see how I do it. So I just literally add some double-sided sticky tape and just like, you know, add some double-sided sticky tape and glue them all together. So let's carry on with this. So I've skipped a bit now, and what I've done is I've just peeled back this double-sided sticky tape, added some glue, and then I'm just layering them together. But I wanted you to, you know, see all this because I find chipboard really expensive, and I don't know if anyone else does, but it's just so expensive. And then it's trying to cut the chipboard. So my kids eat so much cereal, it's unbelievable. So I always have, you know, about 4 cereal boxes a week spare. Now this is for the front cover piece to cover the whole thing. So you need a piece that measures 11.5 by 8 inches down. And I just cut up a 12 by 12 piece of paper, or you could use an A4 piece of paper. Then I line up where I want the covers to go. So I normally start with the spine first, and then line up the other 2 with the spine. Then what you're going to want to do is put adhesive all around. So that could be, I prefer to use double-sided sticky tape. You put it all around the edge of your chipboard or your box, whatever you're using. You fold in the pages. So as I'm doing in this, just fold it in just to crease it. You could use a bone folder, but I just find it easier just to do it by hand, because this is just getting the pages ready. And then I take my scissors and I cut the corners. I cut too far though, I think, on one or two of the corners. So make sure you don't cut too close to the corner of your chipboard. My scissors need cleaning. I haven't got nothing to clean them with though. So, and I love these scissors as well. I don't want to waste my antibacterial hand sanitizer on cleaning my scissors, but they do need it. So what I do now is I add a double-sided sticky tape all around the edge, as you'll see in this. It's so weird doing a voiceover, honestly, especially because I filmed this, gosh, over a week ago now, maybe. So you just put it all around the edges, top, bottom and sides. So I also add a bit of double-sided sticky tape on the paper as well as the chipboard, and then I peel all that off, and then I start with the long sides first, add a bit of glue, wet glue, just to give it all double strength. You know, you don't want anything coming away. So that's what I do for all 4 sides, but obviously you add the wet glue as you do each side. So you start with the longer sides first, top and bottom, and then you work on the 2 sides, as you will see in this video. I have tried and cut everything out. So I use my bone folder to go across and crease it, just to seal it all down and make sure it's all nice and flat. Then I tuck the sides in. Now this is how you do it. Once you've done the top and bottom bit, you get your bone folder or your nail and just tuck in the corner bits of paper, just to make sure, like, you know, they're not sticking out. So I think people got like better tools to do it, but I just do it with my nail and my bone folder, sorry. So I don't know what I've done here now. Oh, there we go. I've just glued it and I'm folding it down, making sure it's nice and stuck down, and then So, and press down again. Then for the inside pieces. So for the inside pieces, you need two which measure 3 3/4 by 5 3/4 down, and you need two of them. And then you need the middle bit which overlaps. It needs to be 2 3/4 across by 5 3/4 down, and you put the two side bits on first, then you overlap the middle bit. So the middle bit goes on top of the two bits. So they're put down. Now I'm going to put the middle bit down. Again, like I said, the two bigger pieces are 3 3/4 across by 5 3/4 down. And then the middle bit is 2 3/4 across by 5 3/4 down. So now I've done that. I'm smoothing it all over. Now what I did do on this one, I kind of messed up. So you can do the front cover, and if you're going to do the front cover, you put exactly the same sizes. So again, you'd be 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, two pieces of that, but the spine would be 5 3/4, 1 1/4 by 5 3/4. So I'm just scoring down the fold lines now, just to slowly bringing it up, just to make sure none of the papers crack as I'm bending this, because obviously I've glued it all down, but I don't want the papers to crack. So this is the fun bit now. This is the binding bit. You could use twine, you could use elastic, which is what I'm going to use, or you could use string. For my Maggie Holmes one, I used that string there, and I found it was a lot more difficult getting the inserts in with the string than it is with the elastic, because the elastic you've got more room to maneuver. So I'm showing you, there's the string I used for the Maggie Holmes one. So put that back a minute. So you want to get your, so I'm using an elastic, black elastic. You want to leave a bit of like hang, like leave a bit left over, so the length of the book, and then start from there. So what you want to do is keep your thumb holding it and start wrapping it around, depending on how many inserts. So I think for this one, I only got 12 inserts, but for my other one, I managed to do 15. So it all depends on how many you want, and you just keep wrapping it around and keep making sure like you're tightening it as you're wrapping it around with your thumb still holding the top bit. So as you can see, I'm still going, and every now and then you want to just push them all down to the side to make room for your other ones. Keep wrapping it around. There we go, that's what I do. I just push them all down so I can have space for the other ones. And then just keep wrapping, like I said, depending on how many you want. You could have less than 12 or 13 or 15. Just depends how many you want, really. But I'm still going. I knew I was running out soon, so I keep going. So then what you want to do is, I'm tightening it up, I am off camera. So you want to take, am I still wrapping? Yeah, I'm still wrapping. Now you want to take it under this bit hanging down. Now you want to flip the book over so that the original piece where you started from is facing towards you. So you move it down, as you can see there, and then the other bit that you've just finished with is up facing you. And then what you want to do is, either using like tweezers or your scissors or something, you want to go under the strings. So what am I going to use? Oh, because it's elastic is easier. Go under the strings and pull that piece under. Okay, so pull the bit that's on your left hand side over to your right hand side. Like so. And then with the the right hand bit, you want to grab it and pull it over to the left hand side. Does that make sense? There we go. So that's what you do. And then you get the two pieces and you just make a knot. Like I done a double knot, I think. Do it as tight as you can, because obviously this is elastic, so the pages, the elastic stretches anyway. But look, that's how you get your effect. And you make a double knot and a pretty little bow. And then obviously you've seen my Maggie Holmes one. I added ribbon to that one. So you can decorate the spine and whatever. As you can see, I didn't decorate the cover. Before you do the binding, if you're doing a front cover, then I advise putting your front covers on before you do your binding. So that's it. And then I'm going to tie again and then do a little bow and cut off the excess. So this is the insert. I used Wildflower by First Edition for these inserts, and you want to do ones with pockets and ones without pockets, or if you wanted to do them all with pockets you could. So the ones with pockets measure 7 3/4 down by 7.5 across, and then the ones without pockets, okay, I'm showing you the score line. So what you want to do then is score at 2. Okay, then the ones without pockets measure 7.5 across by 5 3/4 down. I just fold them all in half. You could, if you wanted to be more precise, just put them on the scoreboard and score down the middle, but I just find it easier to line them up and then fold them in half. I do, however, do the score line for the pocket pages on the scoreboard, as you will see now. So like I said, just line this up. And score at 2. But what I done, I turned it upside down because I didn't click, and I scored it at 5 3/4, which is the same as 2 anyway. So do that for all your pocket pages. Now what you want to do for these bits, for the pocket pages, is you want to just cut up the middle to where your 2-inch score line is. So I'm trying to find which paper you could see it easier. As you can see, I'm having difficulty finding, but you just snip up only to the 2-inch score line, like so. And then what you'd want to do is you want to cut a bit away on either side of the inside of it. So what I found easier was to just close it and turn it upside down and snip away. So all you need is a tiny little snip, just so that when it folds in like so, there we go, you've got space. And you do that for each of your ones with pockets. Like I said, you could have them all with pockets, or you could have them mixed like I'm doing. And then what you do is, first of all, I'm just getting them all sorted. So what you do now is, for the pocket page, you just add a little bit of glue on the sides that you haven't cut. So the tiniest bit, I used wet glue because I just find it easier. You add the little bit of glue on the one side and press down. You do it for each pocket, because you want the bit where you've sliced, you want that to be free, so you could slide things in and out of the pocket easily. You have that little bit of more room to maneuver. And then do that for each pocket, press down. And what I like to do is I like to round the corners of each insert. So I glue them first, then I get the corner punch and I just punch each corner just so they're nice and rounded and they look prettier then. So I do that for each booklet, even the ones without pockets. I just think it looks smarter. Now for the last bit, you just insert your notebooks. Like I said, I used elastic and I start from the middle string. So find the middle string and work your way outwards. It's so much easier with the elastic because you've got that bit of room to maneuver. Whereas with the string or twine, it is much, much harder. I mean, I probably spent about 30 minutes maybe longer, trying to insert the notebooks with my Maggie Holmes one. It was so much more difficult. But if you want to use string, you can use string, it's fine. But I just find elastic better. So please give this video a thumbs up, guys. Bye.